To build a really better world sometimes means having to tear the old one down. That makes enemies.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. You're the best around. Never keep you down.
I don't know the rest of it. I ain't know that part, so fuck it.
I barely know it either.
Yeah. All right. So we're back. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Notice you bullying your host, Leroy, aka Black People Had Nothing to Do with That Shit. With my co-host.
This is Eli, aka Sweep the Leg.
There you go.
Oh shit! I better get in the character.
Oh no!
It's been so long, man. It's been so long. Welcome back, y'all.
I know. We had to figure this shit out again, man. We've been gone for a month. If you stay for some people know why we've been gone for a month. It's no beef between me and Eli. We are not Vin Diesel and The Rock and no shit like that. We just
ain't the Temptations.
Yeah, it ain't Temptations. He's not trying to think it. Who's the guy for the Temptations? I forgot already. Take my black card, Eli. David Ruffin. Eli's not David Ruffin, and I'm not the Temptation. So I'm not Otis. So yeah. All right, but we're back. Like I said, I'll say at the end of the episode why we disappeared, but it doesn't matter right now. We're back. We're gonna start with a new episode. We're gonna jump into it. Also want to give a shout out to our third co-host, the AI.
All hail the Doombots.
All hail the Doombot. They've been holding us down while we've been gone. So
yeah. Making our jobs way easier, or just taking our jobs.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we ain't been here, so might as well just have them just take over the podcast and shit. Doombot will be both of us.
Not like we're getting paid, but whatever.
Right. But Eli, can I start off with something before we jump into before we jump into what we're going to jump into?
Let's do it.
No,
man.
it's not what you think.
Whatever.
It's not going to what you think we're going to jump into.
Man, it's an open
book. No. We talked about that beforehand. We're not going to do that.
Except for yes.
Yeah,
we're not going for some subjects. Yeah.
This is escapism.
Yes.
Comic book podcast. That's what we're here for. So that's what we're talking about. But before we talk about comic books, I'm going to jump into it. Eli, I want to talk about music. Can I talk about music?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about hip hop because I just found out some shit today that a new my favorite artist just dropped this weekend.
Oh yeah?
Jay Electronica.
Okay.
Yeah. Jay Electronica out of New Orleans, Louisiana. A lot of people don't know him. Apparently this week, and I've been waiting for him to drop music because last time he dropped music was like pre-pandemic. So just this week alone, he dropped 3 albums.
Must have been busy.
He must have been busy. Like all of a sudden, like bam, bam. As a matter of fact, he dropped them like statically one after another, like every 2 days. So some people think he only dropped 2 albums, but the 3rd album dropped today. Like, what? Why is he giving us all this music? But he giving us all this music. Fuck it, let's do it. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, there you go, man.
Yeah. So reason I'm excited for Eli because, like I said, Jay Electronica, I haven't listened to him in a while. Now he's giving us all this music. He sampled Rambo on one of those albums. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's there.
Your worst nightmare.
Now here's the thing, Eli. You want to know how he's a great rapper? Because he had a baby by Erykah Badu. So when you have a baby by Erykah Badu, that means you are one of the greatest rappers of all time. She doesn't have sex with anybody that can't rap. That's the rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I don't know who Erykah Badu is.
That is the rule. You know Erykah Badu, right?
I do know. I didn't know how she had all these rules and shit, though.
Yeah, she has rules. You have to be, if you are a great rapper with great lyrics, you are allowed to have a baby with her. So that's it. So her baby daddy list is pretty much like all in the GOAT conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Jadakiss on there?
You say who's on there?
Is Jadakiss on there?
Jadakiss is not on there. He's almost there. She probably didn't answer "Are you up?" text. That's probably what it was. So he's like right there, but DOC is on the list.
Really?
Yeah,
From like L.A., like West Coast DOC.
yeah. She. It doesn't matter about the region.
Like,
Like I
okay,
said, Jay Electronica from New Orleans, so the region doesn't matter.
okay. I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
thought he lost his voice.
yeah. But I mean, but when he had his voice,
But
he was
when,
the greatest rapper of all time.
yeah, okay.
So she like, okay, I'm gonna give you
Retroactively,
credit
yeah.
because of your voice when you had
His
your voice.
retroactive juice. Okay.
It's actually retroactive. Exactly. He was grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck are we talking about, man? I'm sorry. Let's keep moving past that. This is why we need to stay on topic, man. Okay, let's move on to the action pocket. Let's move into it. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to spend some time on this, Eli. We want to say rest in peace to one of the GOATs, Robert Redford.
Yes, that was.
Now,
Yeah.
Eli, in a normal timeline, this would be the number one news of the weekend.
Well, it
That's
isn't
all-
ours. Remember, we're on Earth 2.
We're on Earth 2. This is the darkest timeline. So, yeah. But any other timeline, any other Earth or dimension, that would have been the biggest news of the weekend. But here we are in Bizarro World, so it's not. So let's dig into it. Let's talk about Robert Redford. So Robert Redford, like I said, been doing movies for a jillion years and shit like that. He's a big deal. Like I said, the younger generation don't really know him like that.
No.
But like I said, they know him from the MCU. You know, Alexander Pierce. He was the villain of Captain America: Winter Soldier. Some people argue that is the best Marvel MCU movie ever.
It's up
Anybody
there,
says that, I'm not gonna argue with you. If that's your feel, that's your feel. Some days I feel that way. You know,
it
changes. So yeah. But he was the main villain. Spoiler if anybody hadn't seen that movie, he was
definitely
there.
top 5.
Definitely, easily top 5. We can all agree top 5. So yeah. But like I said, he was in the movie. For a lot of younger people watching the movie, that was their first time seeing him. They don't know that he was this big star like that. Like the MCU didn't make him. Like he just did this shit because he was like, my grandkids want me to be in one of these comic book movies. I just show up in the comic movies. That's it. Like so. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But the thing is,
for the younger generation, we'll put it into perspective. He's the Timothy Chalamet of
I'm gonna go deeper. Eli.
Of today, of our day, or back in the day.
I'm gonna probably go deep. I'm gonna do an even more data reference that make us old as hell. I say he was the Brad Pitt of his day.
Sure, that works.
Eli, look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying he was like a leading man, a sex symbol. You know?
Yeah, he was leading man. But I'm like also Brad Pitt was the leading man sex. But the thing is, when Brad Pitt first came out, we just he's just some pretty boy. We ain't worried about that until he did Fight Club. We're like, oh no, this motherfucker act his ass off. Like he shocked people with this stuff. Robert Redford was the same way. He was just a pretty boy when he first came out. Then he started playing in all these movies, stuff like that. People were like, oh no, he can act his ass off. Like when he was in Butch Cassidy and Son-Ass Kid, he shocked everybody with that shit. And that's the thing, like he was best friends with Paul Newman. I know people don't know who Paul Newman is, but also a legend. Paul
Newman was I can't remember the kid's name from the Cobra Kai, but he was another big star.
Yeah, Paul Newman.
Miguel.
Paul Newman. Yeah. Okay, you
I was
compare
gonna say Tom Cruise.
He
was like a Tom. Yeah.
Because him and Tom Cruise in that movie, Cocktails.
Oh, Paul Newman?
Yeah. Come on, Eli.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
It's from the 80s.
I do. I remember it, but I've only seen that. That's not one of the like.
Not Cocktails. Not Cocktails. The pool movie.
The
Hot
pool.
Shots. Long. It was a pool movie. They played pool.
Color of Money.
Color of Money. Thank you. I knew you were going to know that.
That's a Scorsese flick. Yes. Take my card.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, Scorsese. That was a sequel to The Hustler. Now we're talking about Paul Newman. Now that was a Paul Newman flick.
That was let's talk about.
Back to Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. But I'm gonna tell you, the thing is, they were such good friends that there's an Easter egg in Captain America: The Winter Soldier when he opens up the fridge when he's telling Winter Soldier to give his kill orders. There's some Paul Newman dressing in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Very little Easter egg. Like that. Yeah. Like I said, people compare. Like I said, Paul Newman was compared to Tom Cruise. Robert Redford compared to Brad Pitt. They even did a movie together, Spy Game. You know, run around and shit like that. You know, so basically like the new versus the old stuff like that. Let's run down the list. What other movies we got? Like I said, we got Eli. I love Butch Cassidy and Son-Ass Kid. I love this movie.
That's a great flick.
It's not like your typical Western. It's like a comedy, but their chemistry is just like on point.
It's like a buddy cop flick.
It's a buddy comedy movie.
It's a
buddy cop movie.
Like, they weren't cops.
They're one of the first ones. They're one of the first ones.
You know,
it basically invented the genre.
Yeah, 60s, late 60s, right? When was that? Early 70s.
69.
It's like, okay, yeah. So pre Starsky and Hutch. Goddamn, we're old. Like.
They remember this shit. What's Starsky and Hutch? So cute. All right, let's go down the list. What else we got? Your movie.
Oh yeah, I see. Native like this. Yeah, so I'm Native, and Native. This movie gets a pass for Natives, but I was not a fan. I mean, he starts out being an Indian killer, and then befriends Indians at the end. But still, he started out like killing Indians and shit. And I was like, man, fuck this guy.
Let me ask you. I haven't seen Jeremiah Johnson, but is it like he befriends Native Americans and then he starts hunting the white man?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
So he's a white savior.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those. It's like a Dances with Wolves of the 70s, kind of, sort of.
The only reason that movie is on this list right now is because it spawned this meme. See, everybody thought this was Zach Galifianakis or whatever that dude's name was. They didn't know it was Robert Redford. So that's what it came. That's Robert Redford in that meme for people that didn't know what the hell was going on. So yeah, let's go down the list. Okay, I got a good one right here, Eli.
There you go.
The Natural. Why do people not talk about this movie?
This is awesome. This movie's awesome. Well,
this movie is awesome. Like Eli called it a superhero movie earlier, and it is, but I think it's bigger than that. This like
I said
mythology. It's like mythology.
Yeah, this isn't a movie. It's a film.
It's a film. It's like
it's a picture.
I promise y'all, if y'all have never seen The Natural, please watch The Natural. It's like if Thor decided to play baseball. That's basically what the movie is.
Basically what it is. It's Thor as a baseball player.
They should call it Supernatural because the shit Robert Redford was doing this movie with a baseball bat don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, he has a baseball bat that was struck by lightning. And
he carved it into a bat, and it like he couldn't be stopped. Like
his name was Lightning Boy, wasn't it, or something? Like
some shit like that. Like they like threw a fastball at him. He hit the shit. It hit like one of the lights or some shit.
Yeah,
and then like destroyed the stadium.
Yeah,
and while he was running, like the whole stadium was collapsing and shit while he was making a round.
And then it had like an after credit sequence where it shows the ball still floating in space. Like,
what, Eli? Why do people not talk about this movie? I don't understand this.
He hit the cover off the ball. Like leather. He hit the ball so hard that the leather came off the ball.
Now, to be honest, I've seen baseball players do that, but they was also on steroids, so that kind of don't count. But yeah. All right, what else we got? Let's go down the list. Let's see. Indecent Proposal.
Oh shit, I do remember.
Everybody remembers Indecent Proposal. So yeah, but people don't know the plot of that movie. Basically, like Robert Redford offered Demi Moore, who was married in the movie to Woody Harrelson, $10 million, $1 million. What was it?
Something like
$1 million for a one night
stand. Hey man, I want to bang your wife. I'm gonna turn your wife into a hooker. For
basically, but at least he was going to pay him for it because, like I said, it's Robert Redford. He was still in the 90s, Robert Redford. So you either pay $1 million or your wife's just going to sleep with him anyway. It's one or the other. So yeah. What else we got? Okay. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
So this is no, we're not gonna get there. I lost it. There it is. 3 Nights at the Condor. We got to talk now. I want to spend some time on 3 Nights at the Condor.
3 days.
Did I say 3? Oh, 3 days of the Condor. 3 days of the Condor. That's what I meant to say. Okay, we're going to spend some time on it because, like I said, we talked about Robert Redford and Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And a lot of people ask, like, why is Robert Redford in this random-ass comic book movie? That's it. But there's a reason he's in that movie. Because if you watch 3 Days of the Condor and Captain America and Winter Soldier right behind each other, they're the same fucking movie.
Pretty much.
It's crazy. I'm going to break down the plot of it. So basically, the Condor, what Robert Redford is playing in that movie, is like he finds out a government conspiracy going on where there's a government agency inside of another evil government agency inside of a government agency.
A Hydra, yes.
Hydra of it. So he's basically hunted down by assassins, but there is this one assassin, the greatest assassin in the world, that they sent to hide him down because he's so impossible to kill. They specifically sent a guy after him, but the guy that sent after him got his own agenda and shit like that, and actually ended up helping him towards the end of the movie. You know.
Yeah.
So
It's not Christopher Lee.
It was Max von Sydow.
Max von Sydow. That's who played him.
Sydow. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. That guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he has some kind of funky name too. I can't remember some cool spy names or shit like that. You know.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to talk about the movie 3 Days of Condor, like I said, and basically he beats everybody by exposing everything to the New York Times, same way they did in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So yeah. But the thing about the movie is that the whole point is just Robert Redford just looking cool as shit. You know, he's on the hunt, he's on the run, being hunted down by assassins, but this motherfucker has a fresh ass jacket and suit in every scene. Like, how are you doing this shit when you're on the run by assassins? Like, you gotta look cool when you're doing this shit. So,
that scene in Winter Soldier when he shoots the maid because she saw Bucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you didn't come back in, and he has to kill her. That's like a scene. There's like a similar scene in that movie in 3 Days.
It don't play out the exact same way. When you see it, it's like, oh, they took it from that.
That's the reference you're getting. You know. Also, speaking of Winter Soldier, it also makes references to All the President's Men, who Robert Redford was also with.
He played. Did he play in the movie The Sentinel? Was there a movie called The Sentinel back then?
Sentinel.
Probably not. I'm probably making some shit up.
I'm thinking of a horror movie, so I don't know.
Okay, probably not. But anyway, but you're right. All the President's Men, 3 Days of Condor. I'm pretty sure there was another movie like that also, where basically he uncovering government conspiracy and shit like that.
And that was a thing in the 70s
that was the thing in the 70s because of Nixon.
Watergate.
We said we weren't getting political.
Okay.
But I mean, it's Nixon. We can get past that. Who's going to be pissed off about that?
That was 50 years ago, man.
That was 50 years ago. I mean, yeah. Knowing our listening base, they might get pissed off about that, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's the thing about it. So you got 3 Days of the Condor. You got Robert Redford playing as all these conspiracy dramas. So when you got the MCU dipping their toe into a conspiracy drama, you're going to get Robert Redford. It's going to add, weight to your movie, And honestly, I think when Robert Redford did Winter Soldier, it opened the door for other, actors that, legends in the game and stuff like that, like Michael Douglas, like that. It made it okay for them to do these movies. Like, hey, it's Marvel. We wouldn't do these movies before, but I guess it's cool. It's the cool thing to do these movies now.
Yeah. That might have been the start of, like I said, Avengers kicked it off. The first Avengers movie kind of launched the MCU, and like, oh shit, let's start throwing big name actors into these movies
and it added weight to them. So now when you had people looking at, these just some silly cartoon movies, but you got Robert Redford and like real actors and stuff like that, like, they got a little weight to them. We kind of got to take these movies a little serious. So
and Winter Soldier was that movie that sort of, I don't want to say elevated, but kind of launched the MCU to, wow, we can actually say, these movies can say things about current events and mean something, because post first Avengers movie, there was Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World, and like, okay,
like in the same year as that shit, but
and there's like, okay, this is starting to peter out a bit. The thrill is gone, and then here comes Winter Soldier. Like, wow,
right?
Yeah.
So okay. It's another movie I think I got on this list. I think I might have ran through all of them. Let's see.
Horse Whisperer.
Was he in that?
He was.
Oh, that okay. So some people think, and I don't know if this is true or not, some people think that Frank Miller drew Matt Murdock like in his Daredevil run in the 80s. He based him off Robert Redford.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you look at it, it definitely look like him.
So. He does, yeah.
Yeah, so and I think, what is this one? The Watchmen. Okay, now we gotta talk about Watchmen. Because we've all read the ending of The Watchmen. Don't take Zack Snyder's thing to actually read the comic, because if you watch the movie, you might miss this stuff like that. But one of the final pages of the movie, that there was a presidential election of RR.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So people always theorize, but they never explain who RR was. They were like, who's RR? And everybody just assumed it was Robert Redford. Matter of fact, I think in the HBO TV show and stuff like that, I think they said Robert Redford.
Yeah. Which was Alan Moore poking fun because Ronald Reagan.
Yes, I think he was trying to say Ronald Reagan. Was
the president. And Ronald Reagan was a movie star.
Right, that's the thing. But I think people jumped on the Robert Redford thing, but I think he was trying to say Ronald Reagan. Like, this actor named RR is going to be president. Like, he meant Ronald Reagan, but not. Well, whatever. People ran with it. That's just kind of canon what it is, but I don't think that's what Alan Moore meant. Or he's just throwing some shit at things like, y'all just figure the shit out, do what the fuck you want to do, Fuck. Ryan Reynolds, who gives a fuck, president. So yeah. Oh, we've been getting to people. Who the fuck is this? We've been ignoring the listeners. Let's see like that. What up though? Perry Hobbs. Perry Hobbs, what it do? Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah, there's comments. Oh yeah. What up, no? Oh, Jake's in the
Mhm.
house. Hey.
Where Jake at?
How do I do? Can I do that?
I gave you permission. I don't mean to say it like that, but
Well, I
don't do it.
well, Jake's in the house. I can't.
Jake is there.
Welcome back, Jake.
Hello, ladies of the night. Yeah, all right. So I think we've done it. Like I said,
Ladies.
and see, here's the thing. That's our list of Robert Redford movies. You go to some other podcasts or listen to some other blogs like that. They go have a whole different list of Robert Redford movies. We
He
didn't
did
name The
so much.
Sting, The Great
Yeah,
Gatsby. Yeah,
the way we were, and he was like on.
yeah.
He did TV shows and.
Yeah, like it's so many. Like they'll have a completely different list that ain't even like none of the lists we do. Like we're probably the only ones gonna have The Natural on there. You know, just 'cause we love that fucking movie. So yeah, yeah. So just want to say rest in peace to Robert Redford. Okay,
Good journey, sir.
good journey. All right, so I guess we're gonna throw it to me.
Well, hell, let
Okay.
me just mention. It's been a long time since we've recorded last, so let me just mention. I got to get it out there. Good journey to Graham Greene. Um,
Yes. Okay, yeah.
one of the few indigenous movie stars that we've had. There's not, we don't have many of them, but a lot of people know who Graham Greene is. He starred in a lot of movies. He was nominated for an Oscar in Thunderheart, or not Thunderheart. He was in Thunderheart with Val Kilmer, which I talked about earlier this year. But he was in Dances with Wolves. He was nominated for Oscar. But he also crossed over. He's one of the few indigenous actors that crossed over. He was in a Die Hard movie. He was in Maverick. He played like not the native guy roles. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, and he was a big name, and you know, he was on, yeah, he ended up on Res Dogs, the show Res Dogs, most recently, and yeah, he was just an icon for Native cinema, and you know, the Native community, we know who that guy is, and yeah, so good journey to him.
Legend.
Yeah.
I said so. Yeah. All right. So next one I'm going to do is let's just fly through this bad boy. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Gen V. This is a thumbnail. So let's talk about Gen V.
Yeah.
Eli, have you ever seen Gen V not there at all?
No, I have not watched any of the Gen V. No. I like the boys, but I never got around to doing the Gen V.
Okay. So if I don't know what the Gen V is a spinoff of The Boys. Basically about the college where all the superheroes learn how to be superheroes, you know, to go to that. Gen V is actually not based on a comic. This is original property from Amazon, even though The Boys based on the comic. But so there's no reference for Gen V. That college, I don't even think that college exists in the comics, even though they have like a zillion other superhero teams in there. But
I don't
and none of these
recall it,
characters
no.
exist either. Yeah. So all these characters are original. The college is original. Whatever, you know, that's just is what it is. So, like I said, we got a new season in here, and it's just going on as normal. And yeah, let me try to see. Hold up, where's that thing?
I heard Homelander showed up in an episode.
And the last season, yes. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the guy. Okay, so this is the reason I want to talk about this because this is one of the main characters of the last season. Andre, I think his name. I can't remember his real name. Yeah. He passed away during in between seasons. I didn't look into it. What happened to it? I didn't bother looking into it. I didn't want to know it. But so what they did in this season is they just wrote around it. They did not recast. You know. So I don't think why. And honestly, I think that was a good decision. I think that would have been, I don't know, kind of tacky. It's like there's a waiting period to do stuff like that. You just can't. Okay, sometimes you can do that, and sometimes you can't. You know. I think it's a case by case scenario. You just can't do that just every time. Like, okay, let's bring it back to recast.
They did it in the Matrix, like the Oracle.
Yeah,
that actress passed away between like the second and third one, and then the third one they had another actress, but they just wrote in she got another skin or she got another
got another body
avatar
like that. So
or whatever.
Yeah, they wrote it in, and you know what's fucked up? Like some people don't even know that was a recast.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, those movies get shit on. You know, no one likes the sequels.
Yeah.
I do, but no one else does.
Yeah. So, like I said, recast is different. I mean, like I said, Harrison Ford with General Ross.
Oh yeah,
that was recast. Hell, William Hurt, that was recast. Not because he died, but Sam Elliott played him in the 03 Hulk movie. You know,
yeah, but that's not the MCU, is it? Is that considered MCU canon? The Nick Nolte?
Multiverse.
Oh, okay.
Do what you want. Yeah,
Oh,
it don't
great.
matter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna see that. We're gonna
Who
see.
gives a fuck? If
Yeah.
it is if you want it to be.
We're gonna see that shit so we're gonna see Sam Elliott in Secret Wars.
Secret Wars and shit. Yeah, just everybody. Eric Bana. Yeah, the Council of Hulks. Shit.
Fucking
So that's
Jennifer
my thing.
Connelly.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Jennifer Connelly's the voice of one of the suits, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't she
but
voice
did that suit
something?
get destroyed?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't remember.
know. Fuck it, whatever. Shit doesn't matter. So yeah. So that's going on. So honestly, I think that was the best choice to do that. I don't think they should have recast, just pretend like nothing happened, nothing like that. They wrote around it. They all, said it. They gave like a big thing at the end of, for remembering such and such, So I think that was the best way to go about it. It's a tough thing to do. You got to write around it. I think they even pushed back the scheduling of it. I think the show was supposed to come out earlier than that, but they pushed it back to, to deal with that. And I think that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's a case by case scenario. Doesn't work every time. I think it's just up to the writers and directors and the actors to do that, because I mean, the actors, they don't want to see some brand new dude they never met before and call him what's his face, and pretend like nothing happened. That's kind of fucked up on their part. I think. So
I guess if they're playing a character and they gotta.
Yeah. Like I said, like The Dark Knight Rises, I was hearing that Christopher Nolan did want the Joker in part 3, as somewhere in there. Now, I think, me personally, I think it would have been tacky for him to recast that role and put him in there. I think a lot of people would have said that would have been wrong for him to do that. Now, eventually they recast the role like 8 years later in Suicide Squad or some shit, whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I always forget about that.
Everybody forgets about that. I'm the only one who remembers that. So yeah. Yeah. So that's the. So what do I think about the show? It's whatever. It's the boys, I guess. Once you've seen an octopus come out of somebody's ass one time, you've seen it 1,000 times. It's stock. Blood everywhere. Jumped in and said the storyline. I'm still getting into it. These characters don't grab me like the boys do. The boys grab me. Now, I will say this. The boys, actors do show up in the show more. Like Homelander was in the last season. You got more people in the season. Like Starlighter shows up. The Deep shows up. I'm pretty sure somebody else shows up. Other people will show up going down the road, stuff like this. So I thought that pretty cool. So keep me interested because it's in there. Because even though the show is like whatever, it does tie directly to the boys. Like the first season of Gen V, it had ties to season 4 of the boys, and I can already see it's going to be the same thing with this season. It's going to tie directly to season 5 of the boys. Like it's all, matter of fact, season 4 of the boys tying into this season.
Yeah,
So,
and I think that's probably why I haven't watched it, because I think for what makes Billy Butcher is what makes the boys for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Billy.
Like none of the characters on this show are Billy Butcher. They're not going to grab you like that.
Yeah, so
the same reason you don't watch it is the same reason I watch it. I watch it because of FOMO.
Oh yeah,
fear of missing out. So I feel like if I don't watch this show, I'm going to miss some critical information that I gotta watch to complete the shit. So I mean, like I said, that's how they get you. So yeah, yeah. And also the real reason I only watch this show because of her. That's it. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
she's the main character. It's basically when the show is like this. When she's on screen, I'm paying attention. When she ain't on screen, I ain't paying attention. So
it's like Harry Potter, but in the boys' universe. You're at the school.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So yeah, but that's all I got. So Gen V is a thing. Yeah, I guess. Whatever. So yeah. What is this? We'll come back to it later on. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that, but not now. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. What are we doing? Am I talking Freaky Tales?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, Jake, what up? I mean, Jake actually commented because I watched this movie and I posted about it, and he jumped on there and said he liked it too and was wondering, are we going to review it? So I took that as a request. We have a request.
Give the people what they want.
Yes. That's why we're here, to make y'all happy. Shit. Anyways, I watched the movie, Freaky Tales. So, yes, Freaky Tales is an anthology movie with 4 interlapping stories that sort of all relate to each other.
Oh, it's
And
an anthology.
yes, and from what I understand, they're based on true events that happened in Oakland. Yes, this movie takes place in Oakland over the course of like a day.
So what's
Um,
the setting, like the time period?
it takes place in 1987, the
Okay.
night of the playoffs, the NBA playoffs between the Warriors and the Lakers, and the Warriors were getting their asses kicked that night until Sleepy Floyd like scored like 20 something points in the last period and won the game. Like they pulled this win out of their ass, and it became legend. It was like a big thing. So I'm not an NBA fan. I'm not a basketball fan, so I don't know NBA history, but I guess that's what happened. This is like a big
I
thing.
mean, why would they make that up? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I guess that's like what happens. It happens on that night, the night of the playoffs.
Mhm.
And that's like a wraparound theme going on. Everybody, like, they keep relating. And all the stories, somebody's watching the game or somebody's talking about the game. So that's like a reoccurring theme throughout the flick.
Well, the Golden State Warriors, they play out of Oakland, so
Yeah, and they're
so
at the it was at the stadium that night, that Oakland Stadium and stuff. So,
mhm.
so yeah, all these stories are based on true events, but they're highly fictionalized, like grindhouse fantasy versions of what happened. Um, yeah, kind of like it reminds me of the movie Repo Man back in the '80s, like this punk rock, wild, weird flick that I love. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. So it's like Repo Man meets Kill Bill, kind of like this grindhouse B flick, based on these like urban legends, and it's narrated by Too Short.
And that's what I was about to say, because like I said, for rap connoisseurs like myself and Eli, of course,
Mm-hmm.
Too Short had a song called "Freaky Tales," which I think was released in 1987.
Yes, on the Born to Mac
Yes,
album. Yes.
yeah, one of the Born and Mac albums. So
And
yeah,
I didn't make that
out of Oakland.
Yes, Too Short was in Oakland. And I didn't make that connection at first because when I first heard, that's the thing, is this movie got very little publicity. I didn't really hear about it. I think I saw like a little like 10-second spot on my timeline like a few months back, and it showed Pedro Pascal in the trailer, heavily Pedro Pascal, and it sort of
I'm
looked,
glad that guy is getting work.
yeah.
So
And it sort of looked like a Pulp Fiction, sort of the 90s style crime noir movie. That's what it looked like. And then it didn't show much, but Pedro Pascal doing some crime shit. And then it said Freaky Tales, and I thought that sounds kind of dumb. But when I actually watch it, what's the first thing you hear is the song Freaky Tales by Too Short. So I'm like, oh, that's where.
I mean, when you said that was the first thing, I didn't think about a movie. I thought about the Too Short song.
Yeah, and then Too Short actually starts narrating the movie, So yeah, it's like a pulp. Yeah, like I said, it's an anthology movie, kind of like a Pulp Fiction that takes place in the '80s, and I loved it. I loved this movie. I had such a blast watching this. It's a load of fun. You ever watch a movie and you think, damn, if I were to make a movie, this is what it would be? That's kind of the feeling I got out of this after watching
like
it.
They made this movie specifically for Eli.
Yeah, basically. They read my mind and said, this is what Eli wants to see. And that's what it felt like. I had such a blast watching this movie. So there's going to be some spoilers, so I'm just getting y'all ready. So
okay.
So the first story involves like these punk rockers, and they have to defend their venue, their club where they have shows against like Nazi skinheads, and they have a battle at the end, and it's a lot of fun. The second story is about these female rappers, Danger Zone, who appeared on Too Short's album Life's Too Short on the song Don't Fight the Feeling. And it's about them going to a club and having a rap battle with Too Short. And it's kind of sort of like a tall tale urban legend on the origins of the song Don't Fight the Feeling, And and of course they win the battle, and Too Short thinks they're awesome and ends up putting them on the record, and they gain recognition and gain respect from the crowd and all that. It's that was a lot of fun. And then the third story, that's where so like an hour into the movie, then Pedro Pascal shows up.
Okay.
And he plays like this, like he's like a debt collector for the mob. He collects debts for the mob, and he's on one last job, and of course things go wrong. His wife ends up getting killed, and he gets sucked into do this robbery by this corrupt cop, played by Ben Middleton, who played Krennic Andor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in. He plays a sleazy fucking cop. And then so that and then Pedro Pascal kind of gets redemption. That's what that's his story's about. And then the fourth story is the Sleepy Floyd story. And that's basically, so while Sleepy Floyd was playing the game, at the basketball game, kicking LA's ass, his house gets robbed, and his girlfriend gets murdered. Yeah, while he's at the game. So then he goes out and gets revenge. And it's like Blade. That's where the movie turns into Kill Bill. Yeah, Sleepy Floyd gets a bunch of swords and goes in and chops up motherfuckers. It's great. It turns into like The Last Dragon, Kill Bill, Blade, Shogun Assassin, lots of stuff. Yeah, this movie is very violent. It's very violent and gory, over the top, gory, stylized, cartoony violence. It's very much like a midnight movie grindhouse flick, And like I had a lot of fun watching this. It's everything I want to see in a movie. I related to it a lot, especially the punk rock scene. I mean, the first story is just about the punks, and they're going to a show. And yeah, the music, they had the bands, Operation Ivy, who were from the Bay. And then the references to all these films. There's all these film references. There's a cameo. Shit, should I spoil this? Should I spoil this? Because this caught me off guard, but it was awesome. Pedro Pascal goes into a video store, and there's a cameo. An actor that I didn't expect to see is playing the video store clerk. And the video store clerk has this like he's almost like like an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like he's like a Yoda. He's like a wizard, like a Gandalf, who gives off this like wisdom, like this like magic, or like spiritual advice or whatever to Pedro. He talks about the underdogs, and so this movie, the whole theme of the underdogs. Everybody's an underdog, and how we root for the underdog, and how we tend to think of ourselves as the underdog because we don't have the power to take on the man or the system, so that's why we identify with the underdog. And he starts naming all these underdog movies, and he talks about Rocky, which is funny because Pedro Pascal is playing this mob enforcer who breaks fingers to collect their debts, which is what Rocky did. Which is what Rocky was doing in the original Rocky movie. He was
for those who don't know, Rocky was in the mob. Matter of fact, the mob funded his training.
Yes, Rocky
against Apollo Creed.
Rocky broke fingers for the mob. And then there's Repo Man. Like I said, I love Repo Man with Emilio Estevez, 1983 or 4 or whenever it came out. But he's a punk rocker, and he gets involved with government conspiracy. It's a wild movie, and I love it. But yeah, there's this green energy. So that's another theme. There's throughout the movie, there's like this green glow that's kind of hovering over the city, and it sort of gives everybody, like certain characters, like magical powers, like when the rappers, when they're during the rap battle, her mic turns green and she starts like spitting her verse and kind of like wins the rap battle. Like there's a lightning storm, a green lightning storm during the fight with the skinheads during the punk scene. And Sleepy Floyd gets like the glow, like so it's like this green energy, and it kind of, to me, it just reminded me of like the Force. It doesn't explain what it is. It's just this green energy. But I took it as sort of, is it the cult, the power of the people, the culture, the community, the power of community, and just, them coming together, and there's this like giving each other energy to succeed and to overthrow the powers that be. That's kind of how I took it. So it's kind of like the Force, like this living energy or whatever. That's what I got out of it. I'm sure it's open to interpretation, but yeah, yeah, like I said, the whole theme of underdogs. You have the punk rockers. They're like outcasts of society. They have to, defend their musical venue. They have this warehouse that they turned into a concert hall where they can have bands, and they have to defend it from these racist Nazi skinheads. We have, the Warriors, who were underdogs in that Lakers game, in the basketball game. They weren't favored to win. They were underdogs.
Oh, I looked it up. The Lakers still won that year. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So say that it was a playoff. So they beat that game. They won that game.
Yeah, they just won that game, but they still won the whole thing. So yeah. But I guess they had good feeling for that game. So yeah.
Yeah, and of course Rocky is an underdog movie. The rappers, the female rappers. So they're played by, what's her name? Dominique. She played Riri.
Fishback? No.
She played Riri.
Oh wait, no. You talking about Dominique Thorne?
Thorne. She plays.
She was in the movie?
Yeah, she plays one of the rappers. And what's her name? Armani or something? I guess she's another like singer. Hold on, what's her name? Let me look it up. I pulled it up for this very purpose, so I wouldn't forget their fucking names. Normani.
She's a singer. I don't know if I've ever seen her in a movie before, but I think that's all she is, a singer.
Yeah, she plays one of the rappers. Anyways, so they're the underdogs, and they're these female rappers battling, going to this club, a Too Short show, and Too Short. Basically, we know what Too Short. He was a pimp. He rapped about being a pimp, very sexist, misogynist lyrics, and here are these women coming in and sort of sticking it to him, and he gains gains his respect at the end. So again, they're underdogs. That's like a theme through the whole movie. So yeah, like I said, a lot of fun. Again, all the film lore. Like I said, there's a lot of references to movies that I can. Each time I basically almost watched this movie like daily since I've seen it. Like every day since I've watched it. So I've at least 4 or 5 times by now. But I'm catching all these little references to other flicks. But Repo Man, back to Repo Man, there's a scene where the rappers, when they leave the club, they get on the bus. Marshawn Lynch is the bus driver, and the bus turns green and then flies off into the sky, which is another Repo Man reference. And then later on in the movie, Pedro Pascal rents the movie Sid and Nancy. And that was directed by Alex Cox, who directed Repo Man. And Sid and Nancy is this movie about Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols. Again, a punk rock movie. Later on in the movie, the song by Public Image Limited plays, and that was Johnny Rotten's band after the Sex Pistols. So I said, there's all these references that I'm just geeking out on, and the soundtrack was dope. We have Too Short, of course. We have E40. We have,
of course, he's from the Bay. So.
Yeah, E4, nope. Yep. Like I said, it takes place in the 80s. A Pebbles, is that a Pebbles song? Holy shit.
Pebbles wasn't from the 80s. I thought she was from Atlanta, but oh well, whatever.
No, I don't know but in the 80s, that song was from 80, around that time.
The Mercedes song? Do you want to ride in my Mercedes?
Oh, no, Mercedes Boy. No, it was another one. But I was like, is that Pebbles? But anyways, like I said, there's a lot of cool songs on this, like Operation Ivy. Yeah.
Okay. We should go through all the Pebbles songs. But
yeah. And for those who don't know, Pebbles was like the Taylor Swift of, I guess she wasn't that big.
Actually, no, she was kind of like the Suge Knight. Pebbles got some. We're not gonna go into Pebbles lore, but yeah.
Babyface and all that. Yeah. I would say that she was a pop star back then.
Yeah. She was more than that, but we're not gonna get to that. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they also had like Metallica, which my only beef, and that's just me being a music geek. The Bay Area was like birth thrash metal almost. They was, that was like the Bay Area thrash scene. Metallica, who was not from there, moved to the Bay Area because they couldn't hang in LA. Metallica was from LA. They moved up to San Francisco because that's where the thrash scene was. So, I mean, they could have. I felt, well, Bay Area thrash. You could have, you know, Testament, Exodus, Death Angel. There's a bunch of thrash bands you could have, Violence that you could have put in the movie, but they chose Metallica. That was like, they're gonna play Metallica. That was cool. That was still a cool scene, and the song it's used very well. It's very cinematic. It's cool to see a film use metal as like a cinematic score. So, but yeah, other than that, I said I love this movie. I could keep going on and on about this flick, but yeah, it's probably so far my number one flick of the year so far. I don't know if I'm going to watch anything that I'll like more. I mean, yeah, I've seen some movies here and there that are cool, but nothing that, I had so much joy watching other than this. So yeah, I give this a big old 5 out of 5, 8 out of 5, whatever the fuck. Freaky Tales,
Nice.
check it out. It's on Max if you got Max. Yeah, I loved it. I fucking loved it.
Okay. Speaking of HBO Max, we're also on there. I can just throw this on here real quick. I'm gonna just briefly talk about. We're gonna jump off of it. Gonna talk about Peacemaker.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you still keeping up with anything like that, Eli. But you want to just brief. Okay, just want to
I
brief
thought
talk
the last
about it.
episode was very good.
We're not gonna deep dive on it. I just want to see if you noticed something. Now,
Okay.
with last episode, Peacemaker went to the other dimension and decided to stay there. That's kind of where we're at right now. Have you noticed something about this perfect dimension? The internet has noticed something. I want to know if you've noticed.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not. You might as well tell me.
Okay. Like I said, this is the fan theory that's out right now, and it might be completely going anywhere, but it kind of making sense. Okay. So they're noticing in this dimension, there are no black people, no people of color in there. It's all white. It's just a white dimension, the perfect dimension, just like that. And you're like, oh shit. And then I started thinking, are they in Earth X? Now, for those who know about Earth X is a DC thing where it's Earth 10 in the DC universe where the Nazis took over. They won World War II and took over. So I'm starting to think, is that the dimension Peacemaker's in right now? And that's why you call it the perfect dimension. Remember, his dad was like a big KKK member in the regular universe.
And he's like all nice and shit. In this
and now he's all nice and shit like that. So if he's like a big hero here, what does that mean? That's all I'm saying. So I think they're going to be a big thing. I think he's going to realize this dimension isn't as perfect as you think he is.
That's going to be hilarious.
Adebayo just jumped over.
Oh shit! And so did fucking Judo Master.
Judo Master. Right. That's what I'm saying. They just jumped over, and I think they're going to get a big surprise when they jump over to the Nazi universe. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm looking for
another thing. Okay, remember, and I'll be honest with you, Eli. The opening intro scene is growing on me. It really is. That shit.
Yeah. Like I really missed that intro from the last season, but yeah.
This is growing on me. I'm kind of like it. But if you notice it, look at how I can't show you the arm movements right now, but look how the arm movements they're doing it. They're saying the arm movements look like a swastika.
Oh, okay.
Just watch it again. Just watch the intro again, and it ain't just Peacemaker doing it. They're all doing it. So,
and I have a theory. I have a theory, but I'm not going to say it right now because I don't want to jinx it. And I don't want to I don't want to have to eat a cheeseburger.
No, go for it. I'll eat the cheeseburger.
No, I'll wait. That way I can say, that way if it doesn't happen, I won't be wrong.
Okay.
And I just won't mention it.
Oh, Eli, is this one of your people?
Altar of, I can't even read that.
No, damn.
What does it say?
Okay. I can't read it either, to be honest with you.
Altar of Parasite.
Oh, yeah, still awake. Talking about the banger that is season 2 of Peacemaker. Love y'all. Love Eli.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but thanks.
Season 1's been better. Season 2. That's what I'm saying. Season 2, the intro is growing on me. I'm liking that shit. So yeah. So that's all I got. I just want to get in there and just talk about that. And that's it. What else we got on this list? We moving through these. The Batman. Okay.
The Batman.
The Batman. Like I said, shout out to everybody that celebrated Batman Day on Saturday. For those that knew about that.
Oh shit, I did not. It was Batman Day.
Eli.
Damn.
Yeah, hand up your card, Eli. Hand up your
card. Damn, man.
You out there having a life touching grass and shit like that. No, we supposed to be celebrating.
When did
Batman.
I read that comic? No, I read that comic like the other day. So I didn't even read the fucking crossover book that day.
Oh well, so technically it counts. So yeah.
Saturday? I was watching wrestling all day. Yeah, sorry.
That doesn't count. Hand over your card. Like I said, we're talking about the Batman. So the thing is, Matt Reeves, and I think this is a shot at James Gunn, what he said. Me personally, what he said. James Gunn said that there's nothing you can do with Batman. Batman is Batman is Batman. Everything you can think about doing Batman live action is done. So Matt Reeves said, I've done something with Batman nobody's ever done before. I'm like, oh, okay. He's saying in Batman 2, there's going to be a new live action villain that has never been done before outside of the comics. I'm like, oh. So you know where my mind went, Eli.
Condiment King.
Condiment King. There we go.
Oh, shit. Get out of my brain.
They're going to give us Condiment King, the gritty, realistic version.
We talked about that. We're like, what if he's like a serial killer that eats his victims?
Right, like a cannibal and shit, and did like uses ketchup and some shit.
Make hamburgers out of his
right. But more really, he probably gonna use like Hush or Hugo Strange.
Yeah,
like somebody
Gordon's gonna walk into the scene like, my God.
We can hope. We can go get it. That's all I got. We can move on past it. Okay.
What a psychopath.
Okay, now we're moving to the video game section. We're flying through this. So for those that don't know, like I said, the last time we was on this podcast, we talked about that Xbox was doing a price hike. They raised the prices on their Xboxes for $100. Well, now I'm here to tell you, they've done another price hike on top of that one. Another one. So yeah, let me see if I can throw this on here. I'm going to screw this up. I know I'm going to screw this up. Hey, I did it. Cool. Okay. Oh, okay. So let me blow this up because I can't read that shit. Let me see. So they're raising the price another $50. So it was from $4.99 at the beginning of the year to $5.99 before we did this podcast. Now it's at $5.49 for the regular ass Xbox. Coming up. So matter of fact, I think they've already it's coming October 3rd. Is when they're raising the price. So yeah, I pulled this off the Xbox website. I don't think it's like a rumor or shit like that. That's what it is. Are they doing anything different with this Xbox? They did anything other Xbox? No, it's the same damn Xbox. That's it. So take that for what it is. So yeah, that's all I got with that. Hold on. Let me click this. Hold on.
I'm the drummer. Oh, Lucas.
Who is Lucas?
Yeah, I know that dude. Yeah. Hey, what up?
I thought that was your guy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I know who Lucas is. Played the drummer.
Okay.
I believe he's the guitarist. Eli's drumming is God.
Love Eli. I figured you knew who it was.
Yeah, no, I know this dude. He's in other bands. Yeah, he's from the metal scene here in the Twin Cities, and we were in the same studio back in the day. His band practiced down from my band's practice space. So, yes, we've shared the stage many times. Yeah, thanks for listening, Luke. We've been doing this for a while.
You spoiling it, talking about Eli's drumming, because I was going to take one of them shits and have it as an intro. I mean, outro. So, still might do that, but yeah. All right. So, hold on. I almost forgot. Then we move on past that. So, let me see. No, I'm the drummer. I can't read that. The guitarist. Oh, he's not Lucas. Of course, Eli hit a button. We'll come back to it. Let me go right there. All right. So, like I said, that being said, it's Comic Book Bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're going to jump into it, and I'm going to give Eli 2 seconds to jump into it, because so he jumps into it. I'm going to give him what's going on. Hold on, let me throw this off here first. Okay. One of these days, they need to make an app. That way, Eli don't have to keep. There you go.
I got kicked out. My window minimized. Yeah, but yeah. But thanks for listening, yo. Thanks.
Yeah, I figured you hit a button. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So We're in the comic section. I'm gonna let you start first. So yeah.
Well, since we're talking Batman, I might as well segue. We'll do the crossover, the big
Yeah.
crossover that we've been waiting for. Have we been waiting for this?
I've been waiting for it.
Okay.
I mean, like, it's the first crossover in 20
In 20
some
something
years.
years? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get people back into the comic stores and shit.
And even if we don't give a shit about this one, it's going to lead the way to more. We want Secret Crisis, the whole big Justice League versus Avengers, X-Men, Teen Titans, all that bullshit. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is Deadpool and Batman #1 Marvel crossover, Marvel DC crossover. It has basically one main story with Deadpool and Batman, and then a bunch of like short stories with other characters. So this main story basically has Deadpool and Batman teaming up to fight the Joker. They don't explain why the universes are like, if there's a, if there was a fucking,
because they used to do some gibbity bobbity bullshit, like, some guy,
some portal opened, or
so they didn't give a fuck. They just say, hey, we're here for whatever, do some shit.
What's the convergence or whatever? There's none of that shit. No, it's just dead. It starts out with Bruce Wayne's chilling in his manor, all dark and depressed and shit, and then Deadpool shows up, crashes through his window, and is like, hey man, you're a rich guy. I'm a mercenary here to kill Batman, and you're a rich guy, and I think you might know where I can find this guy. And then most of it is Deadpool just talking shit, saying a bunch of jokes, all that shit. Then the bat signal gets thrown in the sky. He sees the bat. Oh, is that a bat signal? Let me go. Well, I bet you that's where Batman's going to be. So then so Deadpool takes off to go find where the bat signal is, and he comes across Gordon, and then him and Gordon have a conversation. Of course, he talks a bunch of shit to Gordon. I think Gordon had the funniest line. So the funniest joke wasn't said by Gordon, wasn't said by Deadpool. It was said by Gordon. I think at one point he goes, "You remind me." Deadpool tells Gordon, like, "Ooh, you remind me of my father," or something like that. Mm-hmm. And Gordon goes, "Well, I'm gonna leave you, just like your dad did too." Which I like. Ha ha, good one, Gordon.
Wait, who wrote this? Who wrote this?
Zeb Wells.
Okay, did you know Zeb Wells wrote for Robot Chicken?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't know that. He wrote for Robot Chicken, so yeah.
Didn't he write? But wasn't he one of the writers on the Deadpool Wolverine movie?
I think he was. Yeah. I think he was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, but then Batman shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I got to kill you and shit. I'm supposed to kill." And they have like a little fight and exchange, and they, pretty evenly matched. Basically Gordon says that we could, hey, the Joker stole a bunch of Joker venom or something. He's got a venom bomb. He's gonna blow up and stuff, and we're trying to find it. And Deadpool's like, well, the full moon. It's a full moon out, which means it's low tide, which means that could expose a bunch of caves along the coast that disappear during high tide. So that's a good idea. And there's one right by the amusement park. Joker's Funland or whatever. So they, so let's go. So, Batman and Deadpool jump in the Batmobile and they're going, and, they're driving to the location, and Deadpool's like, yeah, I only said all that shit to trap you. I finally got you in an enclosed space, cause, I got a job to do. And he pulls like a knockout gas on Batman, knocks Batman out. Okay. Batman wakes up in the Joker's lair, and it's Joker and Deadpool. And hey, Deadpool's like, yeah, sorry, Batman, but Joker hired me to get you, and so I had doing my job, and so Batman's like, yeah, Joker's like, yeah, I'm here to kill the Batman, blah blah blah, talking all this shit, and then Batman starts saying, well, you know what, this guy starts talking shit to the Joker, like, this Deadpool character is actually more of a Joker than you. He's more funny. He's more witty. He's more insane. He's actually crazier than you are.
Right.
And the Joker's getting pissed off. Like, damn it, And then, what the hell happened? I can't remember what caused it, but basically Joker ends up, gives the venom to Deadpool. Poisons Deadpool with Joker venom. But it's Deadpool. His healing factor starts kicking in and doesn't really affect him other than make him laugh. He gets to smile and shit, and then freeze Batman, and they're like, turn off the bomb, and like, nope, it's gonna blow up, and but then Deadpool goes and jumps on the bomb, and he takes the full blast, and he's all fucked up, but it's Deadpool. He's got a healing factor, and that's about it. They Batman handcuffs the Joker, throws him in the trunk, and Batman and Deadpool say their goodbyes, and don't I better not catch you in Gotham again, and that was about it. So this guy's all right,
So we're looking at this is just a one shot, basically.
That was just a one shot. It did remind me of why I'm not a Deadpool fan of the comics, because he talks so much shit, and some of the jokes, jokes don't land.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me of, like, I've never really been a Deadpool fan of the comic. By the time Deadpool was a thing, I was like in college. So I wasn't a 13, 14-year-old boy at the time. I was already an adult and shit. So I was like, God damn, this guy talks so much shit. I thought he was a little juvenile. So I'm older. So I've never been that much of a Deadpool fan. I love the movies. I think the movies are awesome. I love the movies. But the comics, I've never been a fan of Deadpool comics. So this kind of reminded me why. He just talks so much, dumb shit all the time.
All those word bubbles, and then word bubbles on top of those word bubbles, because you got two different personalities, and and he tries to break the third wall here and there, and it sometimes it works in the story because you have Batman who's like super serious, and and then him just trying to, and of course he talks all the shit. Ooh, you had a boy wonder sidekick. He makes all those innuendo jokes. They're all pretty predictable, and he made him in the Deadpool movie about Batman.
He's doing. We're seeing everything, all the memes that we've seen, all the shit everybody talks about Batman. Deadpool basically says,
A little late to the party, but hey, whatever. We need to get this sales so we can get to the other stuff we want to see.
When are we gonna get this again?
Yeah,
they got to milk it. So, but then the rest of the book, we had Captain America and Wonder Woman. That's actually a really cool story. It was only like 10 pages though, and I was like, that could be a whole series.
I thought that was going to be Jose. I thought they were like doing books at the book, so all this is just.
I don't know, but that should happen. That's dead. Wonder Woman and Captain America in World War II. Going up against Nazis, and her, trying to talk, Cap out of killing Hitler and shit. That was awesome. That was actually really cool and kind of deep, kind of a refresher, kind of cleansing the palate after the goofy ass Deadpool Batman shit. Took a little serious tone, which I enjoyed. But then we had like a Crypto and Jeff the Shark, where they just, there's no words, they just like play catch,
Okay.
Kind of a cute, fun little cutesy wootsy story. Fun. It was fun. Daredevil and Green Arrow. That was cool. It was written by Kevin Smith.
Okay, he's written both of them, so
So like Daredevil is fighting, I think, the League of Assassins, and then Green Arrow's fighting the Hand. And they're all
vice versa.
And they all kind of converge on each other, and it's just this big, huge, like ninja battle, and it's just Daredevil and Green Arrow kind of just talking shit to each other, that was kind of fun. Oh, and then we have I can't remember who wrote this one, but we have Green Arrow or Green Lanterns and Guardians of the Galaxy. Rocket.
How long is this book? How many pages?
Like the main story was like a regular story, like a regular issue, and then there's like a bunch of short stories after that. So
this is an anthology.
It was like a 50 page book at least,
Oh shit! Okay.
Then we have the Green Arrow or Green Lantern. Sorry, I said it again. Green Lantern and Guardians of the Galaxy. Rocket gets a fucking ring, and he kind of uses it to do a bunch of goofy, weird shit. And then Green Lantern gets the Infinity Gauntlet, but doesn't know how to use it. It's Hal Jordan. He doesn't know what he's doing. So that was really short. I think that was only like 2 or 3 pages. It was like really short. Oh, then your boy Frank Miller.
Okay.
Frank Miller had the Dark Knight, like Batman, old Batman versus old
Mhm.
man Logan, and Frank Miller wrote and drew this. And I think if I was a lot younger, I might have liked it a lot more.
Maybe. I mean, like I said, this ain't Frank Miller from the 80s
Yeah,
again. Yeah.
you know, it's yeah. And then logo, logo.
I heard about that. Like he looks like Lobo, but not
It,
Lobo,
it's
but yeah.
it's Logan and Lobo, so it's Wolverine Lobo.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Yeah.
but but yeah, it's just him talking shit, riding around on his space chopper, talking a bunch of shit, and kind of mixing like Lobo and Wolverine dialogue.
Hmm.
Listen up, Bastich. You Bastich. I'm the best there
Bug.
is at what I do, or what. Kind of mixing their slogans together.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was like just a few pages. That was and the art was good. Ryan Stegman did the art for that. So, and that's
Okay.
about it. That was it. It was okay. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It was worth the look.
Hmm.
A lot of bang for your buck. Had its moments. And yeah, like I really I really liked the idea of Wonder Woman and Cap. In World War II. That sounds, you know, Captain America, and then you have Wonder Woman, who's basically dressed in an American flag too. So,
Right. Well, she started off in World War II also. So
yeah.
yeah.
So that sounded that interests me. But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It was fun. It was dumb, stupid fun.
Nice. Okay. All right. So first book I'm going to do is Ultimates number 16. Still on the Ultimates train. You know, see what's going on with that one. So this is all about if you'll see the cover, it is Iron Man, well, Iron Lad and America. And none of this happens in the book. So yeah. So let's see. Where do you go? All right. Eli, you said that right. Okay. You're not there? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Am I?
Okay. My fault, my fault. I'm
Okay,
trying to
okay.
forget. They got this new thing on here and they screwing up. What is this? Hey. Okay. We'll go with that. Actually, no, we're not gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. Okay, gotcha. All right. So book starts off. Let's go with it. Book starts off with this girl named Ren Montgomery. She's like this rebellious teenager, stuff like that. She don't listen to parents, don't do anything like that. She's on her own. She rebels, and then we're gonna go back in her time to see why she is the way she is now, why she don't listen to parents, or why she's against the establishment. Because in school, her teacher was Jennifer Walters, you know. But in this universe, she wasn't She-Hulk. She never became She-Hulk. Somebody else became She-Hulk. But what she did, she was a civics teacher that taught about, government conspiracies and how to vote and all stuff like that. Basically, she taught about a whole bunch of stuff that they outlawed, or the maker outlawed. So one day in school, she gets snatched up by, the men in black, and they never saw her again. And she goes tell her teacher, well, I'm going to go tell her parent what happened. And the parents just say, you must never talk about this ever again. They're like, okay, you shouldn't talk about it. So, and then her best friend was there at the same time. They didn't talk about it. They cool. They grow up a little bit. And then her best friend, around when they get puberty, she gets gills on her back. And they're like, uh-oh, you know what that means. So her X gene kicked in, and you know what that happens with mutants. So one day she goes to see her best friend, and her parents just say, she died overnight. Like, wait, what? Yeah, she's gone. That's it. So yeah, it's like they know they lying, but they can't prove it, anything like that. So then one day she just watches TV, and all of a sudden, she see the Ultimates on TV, fighting the power, and she like, oh, I want to see what these guys are. So she starts Googling them and talking about them and stuff like that, and find out what about them. She goes to support groups, and then apparently when she goes to one of the support groups was like that, the Ultimates show up, like Iron Lad shows up to there and basically connects to like this app on the cell phone that nobody can access unless you're a part of the movement, part of the crowd. And while they're doing that, they're also doing like terrorist stuff and burning down buildings and things like this. So she's a part of the Ultimates, but she ain't got superpowers like that. So one day, her dad just knocks on the door, and then those same guys that kidnapped everybody knock down the door and shoots the dad in the head, bam. And then she's like, Ren Montgomery, we know what you've been up to. And then her mom goes up and they blast her mom in half. She's gone. So yeah, and so she gets to running and stuff like that. And they were like, man, I don't want to shoot a kid. They're like, cool, I want to chop the kid in half. So they start running after the kid, stuff like that. And while they're chasing this, she's running after her. And then she catches up with them. And then she sees her neighbor, like, what's going on with that? And then her neighbors shoot the guy because they're part of the resistance also. She don't know how deep the resistance goes. She like, we on the app too. We trying to help you get out of here because you called for help. So take this gun, go somewhere and get out of here. So yeah, so they go. And the other guy that was there sees her, and while she's shooting at him, he like Jedi Knights, lightsabers, blocks out a bullet like that, and then chops her hand off. So shit. So she like, yeah, that's what you get. Now I'm about to kill you. And before you do that, he gets shot by somebody else in the resistance. You know, some bum that she got like money to early in the story, stuff like that. She was like, look, you gotta get out of here. Take this gun and go. And then she goes, and then she sees her Amazon driver, who she had talked to in the earlier of the issue, and she was like, look, I'm taking you to the resistance. And we're gonna get you patched up because they chop your hand off. And that's the story. So yeah. So yeah, that's the story I went to. Where are we? Here. Oh, he's probably gone. It's cool. Oh, were you? Did I cut you off the whole time?
No, I was here. No, I did get kicked out for a little bit, but I popped back in.
Okay, yeah, it's cool. So that was a story. Pretty cool. It wasn't about any of the superheroes. I don't think Ren Montgomery is a thing in the 616. She's here, and yeah, but like I said, they're about to wrap this whole thing up. The Maker is on his way back. I think they said 2 months remaining, so maybe like 2 more issues left, and then the Maker's here to fuck shit up. I guess. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
So overall, give this book a 3.5 out of 5. Still filler, but it was fun filler. So yeah.
Well, right on. With 4.5 out of 5, you
oh no, 3.5 out of 5.
Oh,
no,
3.5.
Yeah,
okay.
not that high. No.
That filler was that good? No.
Yeah, like, yeah. You got to temper expectations, but yeah. All right, so what you got next?
I got Predator Kills the Marvel Universe #2.
Oh, the big boy. Okay.
Is this my book of the week? This might be my book of the week.
I mean, last time we did this was your book of the week.
I've been loving these Predator Marvel books. Like Predator versus whatever Marvel character.
Especially if you say this is Predator Endgame, or what do you want to call it? So
yeah, basically, they're just fun. You know? They're brutal, they're gory, they're fun. They're actually, very well written. As far as like the use of both universes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So as you well know, this is all connected. So it's spitting out of Wolverine and Spider-Man and who else? Oh, Vibranium, the Black Panther. So the Predators got Vibranium, and they came back to Earth to hunt, and now they have Kraven on their squad because Kraven's the ultimate hunter, and he also knows the prey that they are hunting because he's fought these heroes before, and he's forged a plan within the hunting party with the Yautja, the Predators. Oh, excuse me. So the first issue they took out the Fantastic Four. And so now we have to,
and the Guardians,
and the Guardians, and now, they're going to be coming after us, but we can't let them attack because they're very powerful, and so we have to basically strike first and strike hard, no mercy, and we're going to have to go on. We have a list. We have to take out these people first because they're the most powerful. So they go after the X-Men. We have Magneto and Xavier playing chess, and they have some sort of disruptor that disrupts Charles's head, and then they got some kind of reverse magnet that they use on Magneto to like fuck him up and basically make him disintegrate or something. I don't know how that works, but okay. But they're like, yeah, we got to take these guys out because they're the most powerful. One of them, they're two of the most powerful mutants. Charles can influence us, and Magneto can take, with the swipe of his hand, he can like crash all our ships, our entire fleet. So we got to take these guys out. So they do. Then they go into the danger room, and and all the X-Men are fighting like a Sentinel program. They're fighting a bunch of like Sentinels. It's a simulation. They're fighting a bunch of Sentinels, but then a bunch of Predators show up, and they're like, "What the hell is this? Who are these guys?" They're like, "Did Storm like fry out the circuits of the program with her lightning or something? Like, who's running this program?" And then, wham! One of the Predators like impales Cyclops' head, and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's like a Jason, like, who are these guys? What is this? And then, wait! And it actually shows like a blade coming through Cyclops' mouth and blood just exploding everywhere. It was great. And then they also stole the Milano to actually land in New York. So they're cloaking themselves.
So who's driving the Milano? The X-Men?
No, the Predators.
Oh, the Predators.
There's two squads. Like Craven is one hunting party, and do you remember in the Black Panther book that Sun, who stole the vibranium? He's got another. I forget what his name is. He's got another hunting party, and they're splitting up, and they go, and one of them goes. Yeah, so they use the Milano to basically land in New York, disguised as the Guardians, and they take out they take out Cap and Black Widow and Hawkeye, and it says, okay, now another mutant we need to take out is the Hulk, or another prey is the Hulk, because he's really powerful and he can fuck us all up. He's the strongest one there is, and we need to get him out of the picture, but we can't go at him head to head. He's a beast. You don't attack a beast. You bait the beast. So it shows Bruce Banner in his lab, and then he hears a noise, and then Captain America's shield comes rolling into the lab, and it's all full of blood.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And then, of course, Bruce Banner hulks out, like, what the hell, hulks out? And then there's standing Craven in a mask, and he's like, yeah, we got one shot at this to take him out. We bait the beast, and we got to take him out. We got one shot to do this, and that's where it says to be continued. Craven facing off with the Hulk. So, yeah. This is, like I said, this is just a lot of fun watching the Predators just fuck up all the Marvel heroes. Hey, Craven. Oh yeah, and then there's like that side plot with that the Weapon X Predator, because in the Wolverine book they found that Predator and they're at the Weapon H program or whatever, and they've been experimenting on. So they have like a Weapon X Predator, so a Predator with like Wolverine claws and that helmet and shit. So they got him running. So yeah, like I said, 4 out of 5, book of the week. Had a lot of fun. Cool shit.
All right. Next book I'm going to do, last book I'm going to do is, let's see if I can throw this bad boy on here. They really screwed me with this update. Let's try to. There we go. Okay. Justice League Red #2. I read it because it was nothing else I wanted to read, and I read it last month when we did this stuff. So I was like, I just keep this book going since nothing else is on I want to read. So we read it last time we came in here. They're building a covert Black Ops Justice League team made by Red Tornado. That's going on. So we're going to kind of finish up from there and see what's going on. So let me see. Hold up before we do it. There we go. Okay. All right. So book starts off with so they're in Taiwan, and there's this secret government facility with these specialized chips in there. They get shocked by who else? A black superhero. So yeah. They get shocked by Cyborg. Apparently Cyborg can go invisible now, and he went invisible and shocked these guys. So he's basically going in there because in a mission from Red Tornado, because he's saying that these guys stole some computer chips, and their antivirus is so good that nobody on the planet can hack into it, which means it gives Cyborg a whole minute to hack into it. So he does that. While they're hacking into it, he goes to in the base and he finds this giant ass robot that's sitting there waiting for his ass. So he fights the robot. He wasn't expecting the robot. The robot stares, shoots at him, and in this panel right here. So he shoots at him, and then he like, okay, my turn. And then he like formed giant ass missiles that blast at the robot, stuff like that. And then he walks up from it like down, like Iron Man and shit like that. So yeah. So meanwhile, that he just goes in there and he gets the chip. Iron Man's out there again. He's basically Iron Man now. He's DC's Iron Man. They don't give a fuck. So he flies off and shit like that. And then he gets an alert saying that they have an arrest warrant for him because apparently that shit that he thought he was stealing back from the company, they own that shit. So why did Red Tornado lie to him? So I mean, he's gonna fly to Red Tornado to see what the hell's going on. So yeah. Why he don't boom to him, I don't understand that, but Cyborg's origin is so crazy, whatever. So anyway, you got Green Lantern, well, one of the Green Lanterns, and Power Girl, and they're trying to see what happened on their last mission where Red Tornado told them some bullshit. And they're like, why'd you tell us that was a weapon when they were really trying to feed that planet? So why are you lying to us? Are you glitching or are you just lying to us on purpose? He was like, look, I wasn't lying to you. I ran some algorithms and I ran some predictive, modeling to let me know that if we didn't stop that planet with their seed planet, they were going to feed that planet and attack the planet next to them. And that was going to cause a chain reaction, do some other bullshit. So we had to take them out now before we did that shit. And she was like, okay, so why do you have all my super senses, disabled in this ship? You're not trying to stop me from knowing what's going on. You're trying to stop Superman from knowing what's going on. So what is all this, Red Tornado? He's like, look, I'm doing this stuff to predict because I'm doing the stuff that the Just League won't do, and then Cyborg's pissed off and he's just like, well, at least I feel better that as smart as Power Girl is, that she got fooled by this also. And Green Lantern, wait, don't you mean Power Girl and Green Lantern are smart? You're like, yeah, you too, whatever. So Red Tornado's just like, look, we got to do this because if we don't do this, we're going to destroy the world. I've already ran a prediction, stuff like that. And you got to help me out. And Power Girl's like, look, I don't believe any of this shit you saying. I'm going to tell the Just League everything you're doing right now because this shit's on up and up. And Red Tornado's just like, look, if you're going to tell Just League, I won't stop you. But, and he talking about some chick named Red Canary. She's been kidnapped and they got to go rescue her from the Church of Blood or some shit. Whatever. I don't know. Fuck. Anyway, point is, she's like, oh, y'all go rescue the Red Canary. And Power Girl is about to go tell Just League, but Red Tornado said, before you tell the Just League, I'm going to show you something. And she and he walks to this room to show her something. And what she sees, she goes like, skip all this shit. They fight like flying ninjas and shit. Don't care, and she walks in the room. She's like, great row or some shit. And what she sees is her parents. To be continued. Now, it's even more complicated because she's not from this dimension. She's from another dimension. So she sees her parents that she's never met from another dimension. So how did Red Tornado get his hands on that stuff like that? That's the $1 million question. So, yeah. Like I said, I was ready to drop this book, and I still might drop this book, but the fact that Cyborg shows up, I might stick with it. Just see where it goes. Since Cyborg ain't doing shit else, so, yeah. Okay, overall, 3 out of 5. I think it's better than the last book, but I don't know. Like I said, if other stuff was out, I probably would have stuck with that instead of this. So, yeah.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Anything else you got? Or
I have G.I. Joe number 11. This is the Energon universe where Transformers and G.I. Joe are crossing over. Mm-hmm. So a couple weeks ago, that Transformers, the last Daniel Warren Johnson book dropped, the Transformers, and that ending his amazing run on the Transformers, and it was awesome. Here's the G.I. Joe book. I don't know, man. I guess I'm waiting for shit to start popping off.
Still haven't grabbed you yet?
It's cool, but it's just like I'm waiting for like the more Transformer G.I. Joe interaction. Mm-hmm. So far it's only been like Cobra's using Energon for weapons, and we have a little bit of this in this book. We have Hound and Clutch. Hound's the Jeep that turns into the robot, and he's been hanging out with Clutch, and they have like a little fight scene at the beginning. He turns into a robot and takes out, a bunch of Cobra guys. But this has mostly been, it's a continuation of last month where the Baroness and CoverGirl went on like a R&R vacation in Paris, but then Major Blood showed up and, kidnapped Baroness's parents. There's a big old fight, and that's what we have. It's a continuation of that fight. CoverGirl went after Raptor, and Baroness is fighting Major Blood, and it's just a big action scene. It's cool, but Baroness stabs Major Blood in the other eye, so now he's got no eyes.
Matches set.
Yeah, so he's got no eyes, And then they go back to the GI Joe headquarters, and they're like, oh, Flint or Duke is there. It's like, hey, I'm glad you guys returned, and you guys, it's good to get some rest and relaxation sometimes, and blah 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 blah. And CoverGirl and Baroness are like friends now. So Baroness is like a hero, I guess.
Okay, for now.
For now, and then Hawk is like in the shadows, like, okay, it looks like Baroness returned, so she's, we were wondering about her. Maybe we can start trusting her, basically. But let's send in Night Force. And Night Force is another squad of GI Joe. I think Tunnel Rat was on the Night Force squad. But that's where it ends. So, like I said, it was cool. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. But I feel like the steam, and maybe that's because I'm biased because I love the Transformers book so much. But there was a little GI. I mean, there was a little bit. I guess I'm waiting for them to cross over more. Yes, we had Starscream got, he got attached to that Cobra tank at one point, and Duke witnessed, Starscream turn into a, robot and all that. But there hasn't been much GI Joe and Transformers like actual crossing over. And in a Transformers book, like there was a big old battle in Seattle. Like Seattle's like in ruins, and like where the fuck is GI Joe?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm looking for more of that. I'm waiting for more of that to happen. But this book is, I don't like it as much as the Transformers. It is, nostalgia, making all the GI Joe references. It's nostalgic, but it's not hooking me like the Transformers did. So, but I'm hoping, I'm still here. So yeah, Snake Eyes hasn't even shown up yet. So, and it's been 2 years,
Right?
So yeah. So like I said, I'm hoping this picks up soon. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Cool. Okay. Oh, this is a weird week, man. I thought it'd be like more. I guess everybody just backed away from Batman, Deadpool. I guess
Yeah.
It's their week. We don't want to step on their toes, so yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since we recorded because like I said, the Transformers book dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I think did the final chapter in that Daredevil Cold Day in Hell or whatever drop or whatever. But
you reviewed that though. You reviewed that.
Oh, did I review that? Yeah, it's been a while. Like we've had some cool books. The last Ninja Turtle book. Oh, I read that Casey Jones book too. That was this week.
Nice.
The Punisher dropped last week. Like, did you read that Punisher book?
No, I haven't read a Punisher book in a while.
Oh yeah, so the new Punisher. I think Benjamin Percy.
Oh,
new Punisher
Frank
run.
Castle's back.
Yeah, Frank Castle's back. Red Band. It was a Red Band book.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And basically Punisher wakes up around a bunch of dead bodies on a boat and doesn't know what the hell happened.
Mm-hmm.
And spoilers, skip to the end. Kingpin has put some sort of implant in Frank Castle's brain and is now controlling him.
Interesting. Okay.
So he's using Frank Castle as a way to take out his enemies. So that's number one. So, it's all right. It's cool. Violent.
Nice.
But yeah, but the Casey Jones book that dropped this week, that's spitting out of the Jason Aaron run. With that still dealing with that same universe.
Oh
of the corrupt district attorney that shot him. Like he's still wounded, but still decides to go out and fight crime and shit, even though he should be bed rest. So that was fun, But that's about it. I'm pretty much booked out. Punisher last week. Oh, that Red Hood book dropped.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
The book was okay,
Okay.
but it's canceled now.
Yeah, I'm saying grand opening, grand
That's all
close.
I'm saying.
So,
They canceled it. I thought
we
it was all
we
right.
may talk about it later on, but for right now, no.
I was actually kind of looking forward to it, but now it's canceled, and we won't talk about why.
Right.
But I
Like
think it's stupid that it got canceled. That's all I'm going to say.
like I said, he's like getting political. So yeah. So are you boycotting DC since they canceled it? That's kind of what happened. That's kind of what we do now. So yeah.
No, I mean I read the Deadpool shit. I mean, absolute. Oh, well, I told you I got caught up on Tom Taylor's detective run.
Oh
That's
yeah.
actually
Okay.
pretty cool. I'm like, damn, I can't believe I didn't read this shit. So, yeah, caught up on a lot of shit on our hiatus during our hiatus.
Okay. And waiting for us to get our feel back into it. I'm probably gonna do another retro book, but I was waiting to get our feel into it. We're gonna get to it. I'll probably do it next week. Because like I said,
Okay.
I knew this was gonna be a lot of show because we've been gone so long. I know we're gonna have some time to catch up. So yeah. All right. So David said, can I talk about why we've been gone?
Yeah.
I can talk about it now. Okay, so for those who don't know what happened, like I said, my mom passed. So I decided to take a break. Well, we decided to take a break, from going hiatus. I had to take care of some stuff, take care of that, make sure my family was good, recover myself. Like I said, we're still working through it, but it is what it is. So decided to just come back to, because like I said, Eli, this is therapy for us.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing, talking about comics and all this escapism shit like that, this is good for us. Hopefully it's good for y'all that's listening to it. Hopefully this will take your mind off whatever bullshit y'all got going through. Y'all can listen to us just yappity yap about some bullshit, Superman and Batman and Goku, whatever like that, and get your mind off some shit, Then when the podcast over, you go back to whatever bullshit you had before. So yeah.
That's why we've been doing this for so long, because
I mean it's good for our mental health. So
yeah, we enjoy it. We're not getting paid for this shit. Because we swear too much. Because Leroy swears too much.
Oh, you blame it on me. Okay. Yeah.
But no, we do this out of pure enjoyment, out of the love of it, and it's, I look forward to hanging out with Leroy every week, talking about this stupid shit that we love.
Yeah.
When
we do talk about it, like when we talk about this for the rest of the week, I feel good. I go through, listen to this, and it puts me in a good mood. I feel better going through the week with the other bullshit I got to tackle after we've done this. So it sets the week off right for me,
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it does for everybody else listening to this also. If it don't, hey, well, we tried.
Yeah. Shout out to Mob Boss and Jake and all the other folks and our new listeners, like Beauty the K Drummer. I'm sure I know I've seen you around, man.
Don't say his real name because you're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
And so our new listener would be a listener that we don't have anymore. Yeah,
Luke is the guitarist. I thought he was Luke. He's not. He's the drummer.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening, and everybody, all our fans, and we do have fans. It's weird. It's kind of weird.
I mean, we've been doing this long enough. We gotta have somebody to check on us and what's going on. So shout out to people that have been actually checking on us for actually like, man, y'all coming back or y'all do anything? Like, yeah, we with people that have been up to it. I've been learning that, hey, we're gonna do something this weekend. Check it out. Come back. We're gonna do something. So yeah. So don't worry. Now we're back to regular schedule programming. For now, unless some other weird shit happens, but you never know. Life is weird. So but unless we know something further going, we're going forward with how we've been going. So yeah.
And we've missed shows before. We've been I've been busy. I had things going on, or I've
and the thing is with you, Eli, when you got, I don't ask, but I know you got some bullshit going on. I just let you deal with whatever you're dealing with.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Whenever it's done, we come back and we do what we need to do. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah. Had another good time. This was nice.
So like I said, we're back on schedule. So now I get to chop this up, listen to it, because this is one of the longer ones. Or it's gonna be the longest. We won't cut the shit off. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, we're back. Listen to us next week. We're gonna come up with some of the bullshit. We're gonna try to stay away from any political bullshit that's going on right now. Or I might just say fuck it and just have the whole show about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Unless the art that we review tends to deal with it. Yes, we will address certain things, but we won't go. We're not a political show.
Yeah,
we're not a political show.
Yeah,
I'm not I don't want to have to fact check that requires too much fact checking, and I just want to talk about Star Wars and comics and
Right.
horror, and
Because that's what got
that's
boy got in trouble for anyway. So
yeah, that's all I want to do.
And
but
we're not gonna stop. We're gonna go there, but yeah.
But sometimes some of the stuff that we review, like I said, like Captain America, can get political. Like
art is political.
Yeah, art is political, and they do touch up on current events and socio-political topics. And yes, we will address those as such, but we are not a political show,
right?
So
I mean, like I said, we talk about comics. People tune in to talk about comics. This is what we talk about, comics.
Yeah. And next week, I believe, is the Alien season finale. So I'll probably have some shit to say about that.
So I've been keeping up with it.
Yeah. So
I might have some stuff out there. So I guess it's gonna be the whole big blowout. Alien Earth. We'll talk about that. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So like I said, jump with us with it next week. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
Talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.